debt. And see how much. Sensation of the nation, the undisputed champion.
This is a guy who openly laughed when the accusations were first brought to his attention at the I think it was the post-game conference after the Indianapolis Indianapolis game, and or he was on, maybe it was the following day, he was on a sports show, and they said, "Hey man, there's these allegations," and he laughed.
Meanwhile, now we found out he's giving away shoes, money, and gifts.
Wow.
When asked if the scandal detracted from the joy of winning the Super Bowl, he said, "What do you think?" He said, "Kids." Of course, he said, "Absolutely not."
This is just the first time he was caught, you guys.
Brady does not think his most recent Super Bowl victory is tainted. He said, "We earned and achieved everything we got this year as a team. I am proud of that, and our fans should be too."
You can't deny that they were handing Indianapolis their ass.
Absolutely.
And continued to do so once the allegations came forth. And that Super Bowl win came to them on a horrible call from Pete Carroll. They were about to lose the Super Bowl had they handed that ball to Marshawn Lynch.
Right.
I mean, I know they're a better team and all, but you can't take away from the fact that when momentum is going in one direction, it can change the whole outcome of the game. And if their balls were deflated and it was cold out, it was making them much easier to handle, and they've got that momentum going, it can throw a team off.
Well, did you see on NBC News last night that there was a statement from the NFL, Roger Goodell, saying that we take seriously, and I'm paraphrasing this, those who did not comply with the investigation, referring to Tom Brady, because Brady refused to turn over his cell phone and his text messages to the NFL during the investigation, whereas
Really?
They got the other guy.
they got the other guys, but Brady refused to turn his over. Yeah.
Why would you refuse to turn them over if you have nothing to hide? Sat there as he spoke last night. Granted, he was sitting in a building where everyone loves him.
Right.
He wasn't sitting in a place where
No, these were fans.
it was split down the middle, but no one wanted to hear anything about Deflategate, which is what this absolutely is. This has become truly Deflategate.
I'm surprised it's back in the news. I thought they would just sweep it under the rug.
Yeah, you thought so? Huh?
Yep.
Well, originally I saw that it was estimated that the what do you call it? The investigation was only going to take 3 weeks. It took over between 3 and 4 months to finish it. Yeah.
Well, when Brady
Those lawyers work by the hour.
and Brady won't, cooperate by giving them the phone records, so they had to.
When I nodded off, like 12:45,
okay.
somewhere in there.
All in one! Yo!
Is it a good idea for her to be talking about how much stuff happened?
we get touched that.
All right, but Kenny, you're on the air. Hey, Kenny.
Yeah, you guys were just talking about that weight gain. You guys said something about why these shows it's going to investigate it. I was just saying that, you know, he might have had pictures on there that were not appropriate, that maybe he didn't want people to see.
What does that have to do with text messages to this one individual? That's what they wanted.
Giselle, maybe there were some private messages to Giselle.
Once you give your phone to any agency, it becomes public knowledge. And, you know, like I said, I'm not just a person. I don't know if he did or didn't do it, but I'm just saying that, you know, people, I know I wouldn't be happy to get my phone up if I had things on there that...
But if you were laughing it off and weren't involved in any way, I mean, it would be very simple for you to go, you know what, guys, I'd be happy to give you my phone to finish your investigation, but let me go ahead and move these really sexy hot pictures of my wife over here. You know? You cooperate. If you have nothing
in the second half. I said that yesterday.
Yeah, but that doesn't matter.
No,
there are rules, and the rules apparently were broken. Regardless of what they did the second half, a rule is a rule.
I say, they apparently score less. So, business and best pictures like the ball.
ball. I know high school to say, we'd always go in there. Each player would, each team would have to check in 3 balls and 2 alternate balls. And, you know, we checked those 3 in. And if I didn't stand there right with the ref, all right, he would fill that ball up all the way to capacity. And I'm talking, it really changes the shape of the ball, really. It turns more round.
Absolutely. Yep.
And it really, you know, for me, it made me struggle when they filled it that way. So there was a lot of games where, you know, you're stuck. Once it's in there, you know, the ref's got control of the ball to that point. You're not gonna make a change of it. You deal with it. So, you know, checking the ball thing, you're always there, and you're, you know, make sure, hey, is this good? If the ref doesn't okay it, you know, you go in, you put more air into it, you make it, you know, satisfying for the referee to play the game.
Yeah, but you're still going by the rules, not by what. Okay. All the refs operate with the same rules.
What I would tell you is, at the point, I'm not exactly sure how the NFL person knows a little bit different, you know, they call it in high school, but at the point we would check the balls in, it was in the ref's control at that point, which is my opinion on it, which I hate Tom Brady, I'm a Dolphins fan, but I really don't see this as that big of a deal. I see it more of, you know, a stupid rule, but I see it as one that should have been followed by the ref. At the point where he gave the balls to the game official, at that point it's in the ref's hands. And if it was okayed with less air in there, I think it should fall under the official. But what I will say to you is that Tom Brady definitely had the knowledge of what was going on. Okay, like I told you before, every team I ever played on, who makes the decision? The starting quarterback. Okay, so who's over there with him is the equipment guys, the equipment manager, the ball boys, whoever. Check this ball. Check this ball. Is this good? Is this good? Is this good? And Tom Brady or every starting quarterback, you know, for that matter, would choose the balls that they want.
Sure.
On the other hand, Bill Belichick, in my opinion, from playing and still being around the game, I'm 100% positive he had no knowledge of this at all. All right, not one head coach I ever dealt with was ever around during the selection of the game balls. The only one that might have any knowledge of it would be the quarterback coach. That's my opinion to you. You know, it takes for what it's worth, but I think it's silly that there's so much spotlight put on this because, in my opinion, as a player, you know, this doesn't affect the game at all.
Well, the spotlight is on it because the New England Patriots. That's why they won the Super Bowl, because it's this quarterback. It's the preeminent quarterback in the NFL.
It was getting brought up before the Super Bowl, the AFC Championship when this happened. The whole thing is, if Tom Brady would have faced this like a man and said, hey, you know what, you're right. I told them that the balls are a little too inflated, need to let some air out at halftime. You know, this whole thing, in my opinion, might be handled a little bit.
Well, Phil, if you're gonna fix the situation, I can solve this right now very quickly. I find it stupid that the NFL, with all their money and all the power and control that organization has and influence over this country, they can't afford new footballs for every game. They can't have this. This should not be left up to an equipment manager.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
quite frankly, Phil, it shouldn't. I mean, for the NFL to do that is stupid. That just makes no sense. Why would you do that? When I played golf, Phil, I had to use a golf ball that met the same standards as the guys I was playing with.
I understand that.
You know,
to my point is, back a little bit in time, I think it was a few years ago, I think Peyton Manning and Tom Brady, they lobbied the NFL so they could, you know, you can choose the ball that you want to play with. And I will say, my point on the new balls, when they come out, and I've thrown this a lot into NFL balls even, when they come out of the new